pristine stage. That means we want to reduce human intervention. So basically, the whole size of the forest reserve is 64.5 kilometers square, of which it has been divided into three. 2/3 of it is under production. When I say it's under production, since you are a wood science student, you deal with wood. Government has given out that 2/3 of the forest to timber merchants. Those are registered companies, and they have been given permit to harvest trees, of course for export, where government will generate income from this timber. The 1/3 is the shaded area. That's where you see all the colors. That's the 1/3 of the forest, of which I'm actively managing it. So basically it's under ecotourism, conservation and research. So the forest, this part is under protection. We don't harvest tree, we don't do hunt, and also we do basically ecotourism, as you are in here for ecotourism sake, and also for students to do their research. They use this as their core study area for their research, depending on the research that you want to use here. CSR, for example, CSR Forestry Research Institute is managing the colored areas that I showed you, the 1/3 of the forest out of the 64.5 kilometers square. And basically, we do research here. So some of the core research that we do is we are working on tender strikes on tree, effect of tender strike on trees. We are just to know whether there has been some incidents of tender strikes where it has broken some of the trees off. We'll be showing some on the hike and when back on our tour. So we're to look into it and find out whether the tender strike is happening strictly to certain species of trees or what. But at the end of the results, which we did last year, we got to know that the tender always strike the emergent trees. When I talk about emergent, trees that are very, very tall. You know the forest structure. You have the forest for the emergent and the canopy stages. So basically, we also do research on how trees respond. Climate change, we are just doing carbon control, carbon monitoring. So the whole area is under conservation, and we've also actively, let's say, altered the growth of the forest. Now the forest is in its equilibrium stage. When I say equilibrium stage, they are not all that young that now they are growing. The old ones will die